YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Melissa and I am about to be a first-time mama. I have been doing YouTube for just under a year, and my channel specializes in product reviews, particularly in the beauty categories, as well as some home organization, a little bit of decor, things of that nature. So if that's something that you're interested in, I definitely encourage you to hit that subscribe button and make sure while you're at it that you also hit the notification bell so that you get alerts to the latest and greatest from me. I'll be honest, it has been a really hectic week and I've just been so busy. I had some product reviews that I was considering bringing to the channel, but I really want to take the time and the due diligence to make sure that those videos are really good and that they cover the products in their entirety. And I just have not had the time to, put that together and really make it worthwhile for you. So in today's video, I just plan on doing a pregnancy update and show you just a couple more things that I've done to get prepared for my baby shower in 2 weeks. I'm so excited. If you see here next to me, I've got an absolutely gorgeous, I can't even begin to describe how beautiful this diaper cake is. I am sort of a type A personality. I like to have control. My aunt really wanted to do a diaper cake for me, and she's only done one in the past for my stepmom's baby shower. So with limited experience and just not knowing necessarily my vision, I wanted to give her some direction, and I planned on filming it, but it was a lengthy process and I feel like I would do better just explaining what we did. So what I actually did was a little unconventional. I actually had her come over today and we did this together, and just kind of with my guidance and sort of my direction, we were able to land on this absolutely gorgeous design. I just love it so much. So essentially what you're looking at is a 3-tiered diaper cake. So you can kind of see there's that extra layer there. And it is comprised of size 1 diapers. We used just over 120 diapers to make this cake. It's massive, like it is huge. But I figured, I'm gonna be able to use the diapers and I'm going to need a lot in that size. So I'm not at all upset at the fact that we used that many. We were very careful to make sure none of the diapers got damaged in the making of the cake. So essentially what we did is we actually started off with just a really basic base. So these are the Wilton cake rounds, and you can see they're just cardboard, and they've got a hole in the center of them. So we used one of each of the sizes in this multi-pack. So you can see there's 4 different sizes. These were the different tiers, and then this actually topped it off so that I could put the floral arrangement at the top. All that we did was we took the bottom, a hot glue gun, and a paper towel roll, and we cut the paper towel roll to the actual height of the diaper once it was rolled up. So we kind of measured that out first. We placed that on top of the actual cake bottom, and then we hot glued it to the bottom into the center. Let that dry for a couple of minutes, made sure that it wasn't gonna get the diapers damaged or sticky. What we did before I actually put the first layer of diapers on the bottom here, we actually just used tulle, and I just took a piece of tulle, pleated the tulle, and then I spread it along the bottom of the cake, and then I used rubber bands to tie it to the paper towel roll. And then in order to make sure that it was pretty evenly distributed, I also used a little bit of glue with the glue gun to keep it nice and spread out so that you have that more even look. And I did that with each layer. That was sort of how we put the different layers on. If you're imagining, this is the base. We put the tulle here. Obviously, you've got the paper towel roll here. Put the diapers, another layer, and repeat. And we did that until we got to the top. We took the pre-rolled diapers and we just started putting them in circles until we got to the end. And we put rubber bands around it to make sure that it stayed tight. I used the Squishy brand. I don't know if that's how you say it, but literally like the clear hair ties, kind of like the one in my hair, but clear. We use those at the very top of each diaper, and then we use a regular rubber band to put them together. Then once we had everything and it looked right, we had the right amount of diapers, We actually went in with just a regular ribbon that you would use for a balloon and really, really tightly got all the diapers and then like secured it. Once it's secure, all you actually have to do is just take all of the rubber bands off the tops of the diapers and then the main band around the actual bunch. And then you have a completely clean display with no extra rubber bands or anything. One, ruining your design, or two, putting dents in your baby's diapers. So that is how we came to get all of the different layers and get them lined up the way that they were. For this cake, a 14-inch as the base, and then we went into a 12-inch for the second layer, and then a 10-inch for the top layer, and then we topped it off with the 8-inch, which is just the cake topper. That's where the flowers are. So really, really simple, guys. It is time consuming, particularly the diaper wrapping process and making sure that everything really fits nicely and that it rounds out. But I can't even tell you how happy I am with the result. I went online and I looked on Etsy, I looked up ideas on Pinterest, I was on YouTube looking up diaper cakes, and I had the most difficult time finding anything that was sophisticated. They were all very, very like childish, and I realize it's a baby shower and it's for a child, but in reality the baby shower is really for the mom, and the gifts are for the baby and the mom. And I wanted this to really, really shine, and I didn't want to have it be like too kiddie or too baby, because everything else about the shower has more sophistication than that. I'm really sorry that we did not record this. I really wanted to, but to respect my aunt's privacy, she didn't want to be recorded, and I totally get it. So we weren't able to actually document the process. I really wish that somebody would order one of these. Not that it's a business that I have, but I just wish that I had somebody that had interest in it so that I could take the time and show you step by step how I created it. If you have any questions, definitely leave them in the comments. I would be glad to answer those. And if there's something that I'm not clear on, I would be glad to illustrate, because I definitely want you guys to know how to do this, because it's super simple. And these cakes go for like $100 or more on Etsy. After we got all the layers of the cake circles with the tulle on it and all the diaper layers, we ended up with what looked like just a really basic diaper cake. Once we had the basic diaper cake configured, I wanted to kind of make the cake glisten, and I wanted to sort of disguise the fact that there were diapers. Even though that's the point, I think that it looks a little bit more sophisticated when you don't see all of the diaper rolls. I actually used diapers that I heard were amazing, that are actually, believe it or not, from Aldi. So I use size 1 of the basic Snuggle Me Aldi diaper. They get amazing reviews. I'm part of this like Aldi Isle of Shame group, and the diapers apparently are really, really great for blowouts. They're really great, they don't leak. So I took a chance, because at my local Aldi, they're only like $3.88 for 44 diapers. So we bought 4 packs, not knowing how many we would need, and we ended up using 3 full packs. Beyond that, going back to what I was saying, what I did was I just took this kind of shimmer tulle, and each layer I actually put the tulle all the way around the cake. And because of the way that this is made and the diaper fabric is, I didn't even need to put any kind of adhesive or anything. It literally just stuck right to the diapers, and it just kind of sat there, which was perfect. So you can see each layer has that like glitter trim on it. Then once that was all in place, I decided on which ribbons that I was going to be using on top of the tulle. And that was really just to cover that balloon tie that we did to make sure that all the diapers stay in a bunch. So for the bottom layer, I decided to do this pretty pink wire satin ribbon. And then on top of it, it was just a gold ribbon that I got at Dollar Tree. The pink one was from JoAnn Fabrics, so that larger, thicker pink. The next layer, I just did a simple ribbon that I got from JoAnn Fabrics. Once again, another sale. I think it might have been like 40 or 60% off of the regular price. I didn't spend more than a few dollars per roll on any of these ribbons, so nothing that's super expensive, really affordable. And then the very top layer did the same thing that we did to the bottom, which was the pink with the wire. That's just that baby pink satin, and the Dollar Tree with kind of the sparkle. Then we decided to do the floral, and that was something that I always intended to do. I just didn't know how I was going to actually execute on my idea. What I ended up doing is, this was from Michaels, and there was a larger bunch. You can see I actually cut the larger stems off. These were like fall floral that was on clearance at Michaels for 60% off. They were getting rid of it for the end of the season. And then there was like one single one of this one, thank goodness, because it's so pretty. None of these flowers were more than like $3 or $4 a stem, and I only needed really 2 stems, and I ended up buying like 3 or 4 because I wasn't sure like if I was gonna do like the floral all the way down the side or how I was gonna do it. So I bought enough, and I figured I could use the flowers in my balloon garland, so that'll work out perfect. If you remember, all of these can punch out. There's a hole, so all the way down to the bottom of the cake there's actually a hole straight down the middle. And I actually put the stems, I cut them a little bit, but I put them down that hole, down the center of the cake, and organized it the way that I wanted and kind of arranged it like I would any floral arrangement. And then I took a little bit of glue and glued it to that very top layer, the one in between the diapers, so the very small one. Then I took some of the greenery, kind of sprinkled it all the way around the top to cover the cardboard. Then lastly, for the floral, these were from Dollar Tree. It's part of their Christmas collection. So different little like eucalyptus sprays, and they've got a really pretty shimmer to them. If you remember my last video, I had flowers that also had a little bit of shimmer, so it kind of goes along with that theme. But I just cut off these just tiny little pieces and just sort of distributed them just ever so gently throughout the display to give it that extra pizzazz. I don't know if you can see the one on the side and the bottom here, but I just absolutely love it. And then to top it off, just to make it about baby and to make it very clear that it's not an edible cake and that it's for my little girl, we actually got these little pacifiers, and they've got little bows on them. They're so cute, in kind of like a blush and like a rose color. And we strung those with Dollar Tree glitter ribbon, and I just tucked that ribbon like literally right underneath the diaper here, or I should say right underneath that top tier above the diapers. So they're not even like tied on there, but they're in there tight, like they're not going anywhere. And that kind of just finalized it and made it more of a traditional diaper cake, because I didn't want like the baby blanket and the bottles and all of that stuff clouding the cake, because really what I care about is that it's pretty and that it has diapers, because I'm gonna need a lot of diapers and I want the shower to be pretty. I think my aunt and I executed on my vision so well. I could not be happier with the way that it turned out, because I really wasn't expecting it to look this good. I thought it was gonna look nice, but I did not think that it would turn out this way. I was so happy with it that like I was like, maybe I need to do this as a side gig. Neither here nor there. I just wanted to share that with you. I think that it turned out really great. I would love to hear in the comments what you guys think, because it definitely was done on a budget. It was far cheaper than any of the diaper cakes that I've seen online in terms of what they're charging. And it really was a good DIY project and something that I really enjoyed doing. A few quick other little projects that I've been working on this week. I actually ordered some kind of just basic, like It's a Girl labels for the water bottles that I have. I think it adds a really nice touch. Obviously, I didn't create them. I will link the Etsy shop that did in the description below. And it won't be an affiliate link or anything, but I do want to give this person credit for their work. This was just kind of a basic label. It's not glitter or anything on it. It's just gold and it's printed. So I got 25 of those labels. I bought a 24 pack of water, and then I had like another bottle of water that I wasn't using that I did the 25th one. And then from that same vendor, I also ordered these super cute stickers. You can kind of see they say Melissa's baby shower, 11/6/2021. And those just close up, and those are gonna be for the cupcakes that I let people take home. I'm sure I'm gonna have extras. I don't expect my turnout to be anything crazy, and I did order more cupcakes than what I needed. I wanted to make sure I had enough, and I wanted people to be able to take one home if they wanted to. So that is from the same vendor, and like I said, I'll link that below. And those are obviously a matching set, so that was nice to be able to find something that looked cute. And you can see, like, it's not the same theme, but it definitely goes with all of the other decor and things that I have working in my shower. And then I was super proud of this, guys. And it doesn't exactly go with this because I used a little bit brighter pink. Sorry for all the noise. I'm trying to get the stuff out of the bags. I used a brighter pink ribbon for this than some of the pink that you see on the cake, but you'll see that this is actually a color that's used throughout the party as well. So there's a lot of different shades of pink. Another thing that I have been working on, I just had to take them out of the Ziploc bags because I didn't want them to get dusty. I made these little utensil holders. So I have one for the forks, the spoons, and this is just plasticware that I got from Party City. They also have it at Target, but really, really cute way to display plasticware or even a formal setting. And then just the straws that I have, if anybody needs straws. I was so happy with these. And what made me, I think, the most impressed is the fact that they're very, very simple. I used the same ribbon that I used in the cake, so it does kind of pull. It doesn't look horrible together. Obviously, this is a much different tone of pink than what I've got going on in the cake, but I would love, I would love if this was live and everybody could guess how much this cost me to make. This was so affordable, it's not even funny. I would say like less than $1.05 per holder. So for all 4 of them, less than $5. And I think that they look fantastic, and I'm really excited, and I'll probably reuse them for future parties and events as well. I'm no expert, guys. I definitely spent a good amount of money on this party. I think that I really went overboard to a certain extent because this probably will be my only baby, and I don't know, I really wanted to just go big, and it's sort of hard to do that right now with the pandemic and not expecting a large amount of guests, but I'm really, really happy with everything that I've done so far. So I'd love to hear your comments. Let me know what you think about what I'm doing. Obviously, I am going to come back in and do a vlog and show you guys everything that I've done in the big reveal on the big day once we have everything set up. On to kind of the pregnancy update, give you guys a little bit of information. I had a doctor's visit today, and as of the point in which you're watching this video, I actually will be what's considered a viable pregnancy. So I will be 24 weeks by the time that you see this. So today's visit to the doctor actually involved just your standard procedures, no ultrasounds or anything. Went in, she asked if I had any concerns or anything. I did talk to her about my meralgia paresthetica. That was that issue that I talked about in a previous video where one of my legs causes like tingling sensations, itching, burning, hot to the touch, stabbing pain. It is the most bizarre thing, but I did discuss that with her and, talk to her about what I was going through with that. But overall, beyond that, I've had a very, very comfortable pregnancy so far. I'm definitely getting a lot bigger, and I'm feeling that stretch, like that discomfort, like my body can't handle what's growing inside of it. Like I'm definitely feeling extremely tight. But beyond that, like I really feel blessed because I haven't had as many symptoms as a lot of the women in a lot of the like mommy groups that I'm a part of. So I feel extremely grateful that I have had sort of a smooth ride thus far, and I hope that it continues. So when we were talking, I started discussing kind of what is next, and like I basically asked her, I said, am I failing to ask questions that I should be asking? Because sometimes I feel like I don't have a lot of information to provide her, and I am very uneventful. So I asked her, I'm like, is there something I'm missing? Are there questions that other women ask that maybe I've just not thought to ask? And she said, no. She's like, you've had a really, really good pregnancy so far, and we don't really have a lot to discuss, but if you can think of anything, we can talk about it. So a few little things that were on my mind were like picking a pediatrician, because believe it or not, this is the time to start doing that. You don't want to do that when you're like huge and uncomfortable getting in and out of the car and doing interviews with pediatricians and in and out of doctors' offices and things like that. She actually told me that if I check with my insurance on what doctors are in my area or the area that I want to see my doctor, she would actually see me in 4 weeks, and at that time she'd let me know if she was familiar with any of those pediatricians and give me like any kind of recommendations that she might have on who I should see. That was good. It took a little bit of strain off, but it's crazy how much, like, you don't realize how much goes into having a baby, and it makes you wonder, like, how do people have babies like as teenagers? Because I'm obviously way more, you know, mentally mature, you know, financially secure, like all these things, and yet it is so overwhelming. And I just wonder like how super young people do it. I really, like, hats off to all of the young moms, because there is a lot to know and to do, and so many changes that your body goes through. It's overwhelming, and to do that at such a young age, it has to be even that more terrifying and taxing. So again, hats off to any young moms out there that had their babies early, because it is a lot. Beyond that, the doctor actually started checking the baby's fundal height today by using like a tape measure method on my belly. And the baby was measuring, or I should say my uterus was measuring at 25 centimeters. And she said that that was perfect. I'm also happy to report that my weight gain is actually within the normal range now, which is really, really good. I actually bought some organic protein powder that I was going to start using if I didn't start gaining weight, because my nurse had mentioned that it might be a good idea to start doing that if I'm not gaining properly. So I literally just bought it, and this week the weight gain finally like kicked in. So I haven't really needed it, but it might not be the worst thing to maybe do like a half a scoop every once in a while, just for the extra protein and nutrients for the baby. So 25 centimeters, we did a Doppler. She read at 151 beats per minute, really strong heartbeat. She's been kicking and moving and doing a little dance. I feel like she's in there break dancing most of the time. And she loves to stomp on my bladder / cervix, so that's always fun. And all of my vitals are good, everything, all my tests were great. So this baby's cooking, she's coming, she's on her way, and I'm just so excited, and I am so happy to share this journey with you guys and to document this, because I know one day I will want to look back on this and I'll probably be like ugly crying, because, you know, she'll be going off to college or something, and I'll be missing these moments that I was pregnant. And I'm really, really happy that I'm able to document it, share it with you guys, and then have a personal record for myself. I want to thank you guys again for joining me. I know that the cake explanation took a little longer than I was expecting, but I wanted you guys to get an idea of how to do it. If it is a really high demand and you guys really want to see that video, please put that in the comments below, and I will consider making a separate cake that maybe I can sell on Etsy or something, so that you guys can see the entire process start to finish. Hopefully my explanation was good enough, but if not, I would definitely consider, with enough comments, to do one again and to sell it on Etsy or another site, so that you guys can see the whole process. that's about all that I have for you guys. Again, thank you so much for joining me. Thanks for hanging out on my channel and supporting me. It means so much. You have no idea. I will make sure now to give you a bum shot so that you can see that, and then I will let you guys get back to your days. Well guys, that's it for this week's video. Thanks again for tuning in. Don't quit your daydream, and until next time.